Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone. Gnarlo. Good boy. When last we left off, we were here in Tenodir talking to Calenglad. We had arranged to do a bunch of quests for 3 of his ranger friends and had managed to prove to him our worth and our trustworthiness. He's gone to talk to Gwendeth, who is apparently the power in charge of having raised the river over here, raised the lake, and protecting the Silithar, which is the magical stone that we have came here to collect, to take back to Rivendell so that Narsil may be reforged. In the meantime, he needs to go talk to Gwendeth, so he said if we would go and help out his friend Robin Dunkley in Ostforad. So that is where we are going to head. We'll load up our horse here. And then we are going to go back across the bridge to the east, to the crossroads, and then up the road to Ostforad, right up here. So that is where we are going to head now. See if we can find this Robin Dunkley and assist them with whatever issues it is that they have. I never grabbed the stable master. Let's go ahead and get them. Good. We got the Tenodir master now. We'll go and assist Robin Dunkley with whatever issues it is that they have, while he talks to Gwyneth about seeing if he can get a hold of the Silithar. And so that is where we are headed off to, and we will see you when we get to the crossroads. And we have reached the crossroads without too much distress. Only had to fight one wolf along the way, and that is because we were busy collecting yew branches. So we are going to head northwards from it now, up this winding road up the hill to where you see Ostforad. I will not be collecting branches along the way, so rest assured. You won't have to see me going chop, chop, chop. Okay, at one time, this right here was the northernmost point along this road. Well, let us not say that. The road continued on northward, but when it got up to the northern edge here of Evendim, there was a gate that was closed and you could not go through it. Then whenever they brought Forchell in, a while later, the gate had been removed and the road continued on up the steps and continued on winding into the hills. But this was the furthest most really outpost than anything else. Oi, what's your step, stranger? Yeah, they're not the friendliest sort up here. Tend to be a bunch of let's say, maybe if not actual tomb bandits, people who are very allied with them. Let's go ahead and grab the stable master here and then start looking at the various, ruffians. Eddie Idden is a cold-blooded killer, but he knows how to get a job done. There's Robin right there. I knew he had to be somewhere. So the population of this outpost isn't entirely that of tomb robbers. They are definitely ruffians and rogues who are allied with them.
Can't you leave me to my misery?
You've come from Calenglad. I'm very glad to hear it, for friends of the Rangers are fewer now than they were of old. There's no shortage of trouble among the hills of Tirn Fornek, and it seems more and more of these ruffians appear every day. If we don't turn them out of Evendim, they're sure to plunder every last relic that remains from the height of the old kingdom. That would be a real shame, if you ask me. Alright, we're going to get some experience, reputation, and some more of the bronze Arnorian coins.
I don't know if you can help me.
Unfriendly eyes in Ostforad. Life is hard in Tirn Fornek, Gnarlo, and some of the folk who dwell here at Ostforad have begun dealing with the robbers in order to better their fortunes. It pains me to say this, but even now in Ostforad you can find relics stolen from Enumenos. We shall return these relics to the Rangers of Tenodir, Gnarlo. It's the right thing to do. You can find a chest full of stolen artifacts among the tents on the highest level of Ostforod, north of here. Please understand that the folk of Ostforod who trade with the robbers are not bad people. Their desperation makes them unfriendly and more willing to compromise their values, but I do not want you to hurt them. Carry the chest to the ranger Statuesque and Tinadir to the southwest, and avoid the unfriendly men of Ostforod. They will find other means of sustaining themselves if this is easy, but if reprehensible road is closed to them. Be sure to speak with Estiel when you have delivered the chest. Alright, so it's going to be a lot like delivering pie and delivering mail in the Shire. We're going to have to collect the chest and avoid being seen by the unfriendly men. As you see by the eyeballs who are wandering around here even now. I wonder if they see us, even if we don't have the chest. Alright, we're looking for the highest level, which I'm thinking will probably be back this way. Not entirely sure where it is. Yep, there we go. Stairs that go yet even higher. And I will also guarantee you that we will most likely have a timer on it as well. Let's see what this chest might be. There we go, chest of relics. Okay, we're gonna zoom out. Let me take a look. Yeah, I'm thinking jump. I bet if we jump, we'll drop the chest. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna have to stick pretty close to the established route, avoiding the eyes that you see on the map there. All the unfriendlies. That was easy enough to dodge. Okay. We need to come over this way to get away from the one near the building there. Oop, we got one coming in between, don't we? Yep, unfriendly man. Let's try coming up this way. Okay. We got the one right outside the gate as well, so let's come through the hole in the wall. Excellent. Looks like we've avoided all the unfriendlies. Well, that was pretty easy. I doubt it'll let us mount up, though. Yep. Too busy. It's not going to allow us to do that. So we're just going to continue hoofing it on down the hill, all the way back to Tinadir. And drop it off with Estiel, the pottery collector, and see what he has to say about the relics. And we'll see you whenever we get back there. Alright, coming back across the bridge, carrying our cargo. Not a difficult quest at all. It does remind me in so many ways of the mail quest and the pie quest from back in the Shire. Not difficult at all, just annoying as in you just FedEx quests are not the most exciting things to run. Yeah, they're easy, but they're not exactly the most challenging of things. Let's take it back to Estiel right here. Estiel. What is this? Relic stolen by the robbers, you say? Yes, that's what I say.
What can I do for you?
Robin sent you to bring that chest of stolen relics then. Very good, very good. He is an old man and can be crotchety at times, but his heart is in the right place. He has long been a good friend to the Dunedain. Return to him with my thanks, and I will see about returning these artifacts to their proper places. So, now that we've finished the FedEx part, we have to take back the return message. At least we do Get to ride a horse this time. So back across the bridge and back over to Ostford it is. And we'll rejoin you when we once again reach Robin. See what we mean about how back and forth pretty much exemplifies the quest that you're going to get in this area. So it really probably wasn't a bad thing that they instituted and put in the boatmen around the lake, because imagining doing this back and forth, but having to swim across the lake the entire time. We'll see you when we get back up the hill. Okay, coming into Ostforad again. Around the corner to talk to Robin. And let's see where he's going to send us off to. He talks about him being a cranky old man, but he actually doesn't look any older than Estill did. Estill. In fact, he kind of looks like Anderson Cooper.
I'm sorry.
Let's see what he has to say.
Something?
Welcome back, Gnarlo. I trust that you have delivered the chest of stolen relics to Estill. Excellent. But enough dilly-dallying. I have great news. And what would that be, my friend?
I'm sure it will do no good, but may I speak with you?
Ran afoul of the bears. While you were gone, I heard that a group of robbers transporting relics from the island ran into a spot of trouble with the bears of Tirn Fornek. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, I have to say, this is one of the few places where the few games I've played where the good guys delight so much in taking eyes and ears and trophies off the things they kill, and celebrate the bad guys being set upon by a bunch of bears. Apparently they had hoped to get Tinadir a wide berth and had circled far to the east in a great loop, but they went too far and stumbled upon the bears at Nan Orngon. What luck, bad for them but good for us, Gnarlo. Head east of Ostforad to Nan Orngon and search the bodies for the relics the robbers brought with them. Bears don't care about such things, so I figure they won't mind if we return them to the rangers. Use caution while at Nan Orngon, friend. Bears do not discriminate between the true-hearted friends of Dunedain and the villainous tomb robbers. Alright, that right there ought to be a clue, Robin. The bears make no distinction between us and them. So maybe there really is no distinction between us and them. You think so? Oh well, there's no point in arguing with the religious fanatics. You got the group that are going to continue to worship the elves and the Dunedain no matter what. And then those of us with our eyes clear. Alright, we're going to head down the hill. We are going to go to the east and see if we can find the corpses of the tomb robbers slaughtered by the bears, and see if we can steal what they have stolen and bring it back up here to Robin. Alright, let us see where this might be. Said to the east, so I'm thinking it's right down the hill here perhaps. Maybe down in that valley? Yeah, it looks like that could be some animal layers down here. And that looks like a bear. And those right there look like bodies. Let's see if that's what we need to find. Yep, robbers' corpses. And we got a new deed, the Wilds of Evendim. Nan Orngon. So let's see what that is. Nan Orngon is a great stone outcropping discovered by the original settlers of Evendem long ago. While its position overlooking the pass into the fields of Fornos might have afforded it some importance, its steep sides proved impossible to build upon even for the skilled dwarf masons at the time, and it was eventually abandoned to the wilds. Now, you can't tell me the dwarves couldn't build on that thing. Not the dwarves. Got a pretty good idea that they're just blaming their own failures on dwarves. Sure, it was the dwarves that couldn't build on it. Because so much of the stuff around here just screams of dwarven architecture, doesn't it? Alright. So we have looted the bodies. We have found the broken statues. So now, let's see if we can make it back up the hill. And take it back to Robin. Without running afoul of any of these bears or any of the pesky tomb robbers, as you see there, who are quite thick in this area. Now, as far as the rally point, I'm really not sure where the rally point is in this area. I was thinking it ought to be somewhere right around in this section, but I haven't seen it showing up on the map anywhere. That is, of course, the, what would you call it, a resurrection circle? Wherever it is that you come back from whenever you get defeated. We'll take a different path up into the... Wait, what's your step, stranger? They are an unfriendly lot up here, aren't they? We'll take a different route back up here to Robin. And bring his statue back to him.
It's a sorry day.
This statuary is very interesting, Gnarlo, and very old. I wonder how many pieces of this statue have already been claimed by robbers. If we can assemble the complete statue, I know that Calenglad and the other rangers would be pleased.
I don't know if you can help me.
I expect that the robbers that prowl Tirn Fornak are carrying more pieces of this broken statue, Gnarlo. If you can recover more of these fragments, I might be able to reassemble it. Wouldn't that be something? I expect Calenglad and the rest of the rangers would be so pleased. Oh yes, they would be so pleased with me. They would hug me and they would squeeze me and they would call me George. Oh Lord, can you get any more of a fanboy than this guy? Look for robbers among the hills of Tirn Fornak and take statue pieces from them, Gnarlo. You'll most likely find it's only small pieces on these robbers, but one or two might carry larger pieces. The villains have also established a camp of sorts to the west on the island of Rantost in the lake. You might find larger pieces of the statue there. Return to me with any statue pieces you can recover, and I'll see if I can remake it. So we have to collect 4 large statue pieces and 12 small pieces. And he's recommending that we also check out the bandit stronghold on the island on the lake. And that's the one that you can see slightly north of Tinudir. So we'll check it out as well. We'll see how many bandits we can find in this area. Hopefully there'll be some scattered about. And maybe we can get some pieces off of them too. Now we're very close to that. Very close to the place where we've had to kill that bandit leader. What was his name? Jeb? Something close to that. And let's see if the scouter here might have something of interest on them. There we go. Use distraction to freeze them in their tracks. And we got nothing. Alright, so we should continue looking. How about down here? It looks like there's an encampment here. Surely someone in that encampment might be carrying some pieces. Are those tomb bandits? No, those are Angmarum, actually. Those are people out of Angmar, so that's not going to help us any. Up yonder. Up yonder is where we found Jeb. And his group of bandits, so maybe, just maybe, he'll have some up there. There's one right up the hill here. Let's see if they might have something in store for us. We're about to ding level 36 as well. Well, we found a statue piece and a faded scroll fragments, and now all we have to find is the worn fragments. So it looks like the small pieces will probably be found on the ones in this area. So I'm going to continue looking all around in Tirn Fornek here, taking them down, see if we can find the other scroll fragment and the little pieces of the statue, and see if we can avoid these wolves that we keep running into. And when we collect up a few more pieces, we'll rejoin you and see if we can't head to the island. Alright, as you see there, we've collected another statue piece, plus we have got the worn scroll fragment as well. So now, as you see over here, we have to find someone to help reassemble it. And I bet that someone will be in Tinadir. So we will be heading back that way when we collect more of these statue pieces and see whether or not we can find someone there that can help us out. And there we go, level 36. Had to kill Jabe one more time to do it, but I took it down, and hey, whenever I kill someone, they should stay dead. So back to hunting for relics. None of the folks up in this direction had any of the statue pieces, so let me look at the map. Maybe if we head on up this way, let's head to the northwest and then down toward that other bandit island down there. Okay, well, we managed to slip and slide all the way down that hill, down here to the beach. I've killed just about all the bandits along the beach here, found nothing so far. So I'm going to make my way out here to this little island. Right down yonder, you see the silhouette of Tinadir. Right over here is the island that he said we could find some large pieces on. And I'm willing to bet that we might probably find some small pieces on this island as well. We're back in Tirn Fornek again. Seems like this particular part of the zone is pretty well gerrymandered. It kind of weaves and winds in between all these different places. So maybe now that we're actually back in, now we're back in Rantost. Well, maybe we'll find something here. Let's check out this first scout here and see what she might be carrying. small statue piece. So it looks like this is a good place to go hunting for. Oh, and a large piece. So yeah, we should have just came down here in the first place. Let's see if this person over here drops something similar to it. And if so, I know where I'll be doing my hunting for the rest of the pieces at. That is quite the cleaver you are carrying there. Yep, a small piece. Is she gonna drop a large piece too? Nope, just a small piece. So, alright, we're gonna be hunting the bandits all right around here. Show you in the map where we are. We're right up here on this island. I said just to the northwest of Tinadir, which you can see there in the background. So that's what we're going to be doing. And once again, we'll join you after we've managed to collect some more of these pieces. And so cresting that hill, we find the large statue pieces. They are actually just scattered around its ground spawns here. So let's go ahead and collect a few. Looks like they don't necessarily drop off. There's several more scattered about here. One right down yonder. So let's see if we can't get down to it. Don't think we'll alert that bandit off there to the side. Gotta say, the drop rate down here seems to be kind of back in line of the old days. Because as you see, I've got 9 small statue pieces, but I've had to so far kill about 24 of these bandits in order to find those 9. So much more like the old days, whenever the drop rate seemed to be about 1 in 4 or 1 in 3 of whatever it is that you were trying to kill. So I think we're kind of doing it old school here. That's okay, we don't mind. It just allows us to grind the experience a little more, doesn't it? Alright, let's see if we can take out a few more of these robbers. Maybe get one more of these large statue pieces. That would not be a good one to grab. Bet that scout will have one on her. Seems like the scouts have been my best bet so far with coming to the pieces. Most of them have come off. There's been a few off the veterans, but most of them have come off the scouts there. And we took her out with a rock. Oh dear. Wonder if we could get that veteran there without attracting Percy. That might be difficult, so I think we might have to riddle Percy and then take out the veteran. I'm sure Percy will be somebody we'll have to take out again as time goes by. Can we go ahead and get this piece? Sure we can. That's all 4 pieces. And why don't we go ahead and I guess fight him while we're at it too. Sure we'll have to come back and do it all over again. But it won't hurt us to go ahead and take them out while we're at it. Oh yeah, throw your caltrops all over the place, why don't you? Yep, we need to get this. There we go, use our burglar heal. Oh yeah, this one's gonna go well. We could even riddle him again if we needed to. But he's about to go down. There. And we've collected 11 small pieces. Alright, so now we're just going to continue on questing, get that last piece. And then back on over to Ostforod, where I'm sure I have to give him to the guy to put the statue back together. And that got our 12th piece. Fantastic. So yep, now we have to take him back to Robin. So it's mount up time. Ooh, we will not be able to get back up that hill, that's for sure. So it's going to be back around and along the shoreline till we get back to the bridge, etc., etc. There are a lot of robbers out here. This was definitely Bandit Island back in the day. I remember spending a good week or so hunting on this island. So we're going to head across right on up there, see if we can make our way back around. We'll probably have to come all the way back around here and then back on over to Ostforod. So we'll meet you whenever we get the pieces back to Robin there. Oh, and as you see here, first of our many swims across Lake Nanuil here. Now imagine before they put in the boat people and you had to do this every single time you wanted to get somewhere. Approaching Ostforod again after a long swim and a long ride. Just kind of drilling in that not everything that's done in the name of convenience sake is necessarily a bad thing. Alright, let us go back up here and talk to Robin once more. Give him the statue pieces and see if he sends us back down to Tindondeer, where we just came from.
It's a sorry day.
Very good, Gnarlo. Very good indeed. It doesn't look like all of these belong to the statue I'm trying to put back together, but I think enough of them do that I can make a good start of it. Do you know, I think this might be a statue of Elendil? I wonder where once it stood. Perhaps it shall stand there again someday. There's troubling talk around Ostforod, my friend. Stay and I will tell you of it. Got a little attention deficit disorder.
May I speak with you?
That speech was just rambled all over the place. A howling in the hills. A hunter by the name of Nat Rapkins often travels far to the northwest, crossing the cold waters of the even rills that feed into the lake, and conducts his hunts in Emin Uil. Nat is a woodsman of no small skill and should have returned by now. His family is overcome with concern. I do not want to say anything to them about it, but I heard a terrible howling along the shore last evening. It had been driven from my mind with all of our doings against the tomb robbers, but now I wonder if those dreadful howls had something to do with poor Nat. If you would journey northwest to the northernmost tip of the lake and cross the even rills there to search for Nat Rapkins, I would greatly appreciate it. He has been gone for far too long, and I fear what inn he may have found. He is like to have remained in sight of the lake, if that was within his power, so do not stray too far from it. So we need to travel to the even rills at the very northern end of the lake. That will be right up here into the Emin Uil, and look for the missing hunter. So we're going to be searching right in this area, right up in here. So that is where we are going to leave off. Next time we join you, we will go and hunt for the missing hunter and see if we can find him. So there you go. Our adventures in Evendim and in Ostforod continue, along with the fawning fanboys of the Dunedain and the Rangers. And we will see you next time. Hope you've enjoyed it. Have a good one, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.